Hello everyone, this is Statler,
And I'm Waldorf.
and we're here to talk about the version 1.2 Ninth Age rule release for the Paths of Magic, specifically the Path of Witchcraft.
Witchcraft. Witchcraft is available to the demonic legions, the dread elves, the infernal dwarves, the orcs and goblins, the vermin swarm, and vampire counts. It's a good list
Yeah, it is.
because it has orcs and goblins in
It's not good enough because it doesn't have an army that I'd like to have. It doesn't have Sylvan Elves in it.
it.
And I want to be able to have a lore and be go, "Bwah."
Well, this is appropriate because you do have all those goblin models with hats, with witch hats, don't you?
There
Oh
is
no,
that.
that's not them. That's your Vampire Covenant army, isn't it?
As far
They have
as
it as well.
yes.
All the models you bought with
Yes,
little witch hats.
I have my witches on my broomsticks. And
Yes.
yes, exactly. And then I had the big witch hat on my one goblin for the wizarding hood
Wizarding
before.
Hood.
Yes.
Well, now that the Wizarding Hood's not as good, you can go with the.
I just call
Wizarding
them. That's the one with witchcraft. Exactly. Witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Wow.
All right, what do we got in this thing?
Okay, so witchcraft starts with a level 0 spell. So it's got a level 0. It doesn't have a trait. It doesn't have any special rules.
No attribute.
It doesn't have an attribute. Okay, it's Evil Eye. It casts on a 6+, range 36, long range. It's a hex. Last one turn. Target suffers D3 movement to a minimum of 3, and -1 initiative to a minimum of 1. So it's kind of a somewhat of a reduced form of miasma.
No, it's kind of like that old itching and scratching spell from the
Yeah.
goblins,
Kind of two put together.
but not anywhere near as good.
Yeah, it's not as good as miasma
Minus
either.
D3 movement to a minimum of 3. So a lot of times you're just pulling one off their movement.
Yeah,
Dwarves, you're not even bothering.
correct.
And -1 initiative, again, who cares if you're a dwarf? Anyway, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like the
A
initiative.
point matters. It can. A point of initiative does
Yeah,
matter.
initiative is really big in the game. I like the
It is.
initiative.
I won't argue with that. There,
yeah.
you're correct. That gives us the number 1, the Deceptive Glamour. It's cast on a 5 with a range of 18, or you can go with an 8 casting of 8 with a 6-inch aura. It's an augment, lasts one turn. The target gains distracting and hard target.
-1 to hit in close combat and in shooting.
On a 5,
On a 5.
that is freaking awesome.
Very
and on
nice.
an 8, it's a 6-inch aura, which
Yes.
gets
So
2 or 3
So
units.
3 dice, you can cover a good chunk of your army.
Yeah, that's actually
If you're a battle line army.
this is a nice spell.
Yes,
Really
it is.
nice spell. At a low casting.
Yep,
Two of the things I really like a lot.
yep.
All right.
Brings us number 2 spell, Raven's Wing. Casts on a 6, range is 18. Boosted version's a 9. It's an augment. Instant effect. The target may perform a 6-inch, 10-inch if it's magical move. Both
Right.
before and after making this move, the target is allowed to reform, which does not prevent the target from shooting.
6-inch or a 10-inch flying magical move.
Yes,
This is really good.
especially with the reform. And you can
Reform.
still shoot if you got a shooting army.
At the end and beginning, right?
Yes,
Yeah, this is really nice.
so you can put your guy pretty much wherever you want to put him.
Yep. Fail a charge, pull it back. Yep.
Put it. It's flying, so you can fly it over your opponent if you're close to him with your failed charge,
Have to be
and
pretty
face his
close,
rear.
Yeah.
Well, 10
Or
inches.
off to the side.
Well, 10 inches is pretty far.
Well, you got to figure his depth, your depth.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, that's a really nice spell, Raven's Wing, and then we have the
That's
number.
a really good spell.
Yes, then we have number 3, the Twisted Effigy.
Mm-hmm.
Cast on a 7 with a range of 36. It's a big range.
Yes.
You can boost it to a 10 and get a 24-inch range. It's a hex. Lasts one turn. All shooting attacks made by the target have their ranged halves. If you did the boosted version, then it also affects spells cast by the target.
Wonderful.
This is really good. The 7 version is good. The 10 version is really good.
Yep.
Yeah,
As
like
we've seen, most spells are 18s in the game. All
yeah.
of a sudden, you go into 9.
Going down at 9.
Yeah.
That means if he wants to cast, he's got to get within range of you.
He's going to be quite on top of you.
I
And the shooting was really good, too, against war machines.
like this.
It's very nice
I like this a lot.
for 2 dice.
Yep.
Brings us to the Will-O-the-Wisp. Just Will-O-Wisp would have been fine, but
Yes.
Will-O-Wisp. It's an 8 to cast, range is 18. It's universal, so can cast on anybody. Lasts a turn. Target gains random movement 2d6. Wow.
That's good.
That's really good.
That is good. You can get with it if you're within 13 inches of an enemy. You cast this on them; they cannot get to you.
Forget it. They're on the other side of the table trying to march their armies across, and all of a sudden they're random movement.
Yeah, no,
And they're moving 7 inches. You know,
This is good. Not
on
across the
average.
table because it's only 18 inches, so
Yeah.
you're not hurting that guy.
That's,
I like the just so you're now within 13, so you're in easily charge range for you, but he can't
Oh,
get
yeah.
to you.
no, I think it's great. So,
Yeah, nice spell. Very nice
So
spell.
you move up, and you're worried about that. I'm going to say to her, he set up his double charge against you.
Mhm.
Fine. I'm casting this on the guy that's going to hit me in the flank, so he can't get to me,
Yep.
and I'm still going to go forward and stomp on this other guy. Or yeah,
Good spell. The next one is the Bewitching Glare. Cast on an 8 with a 24-inch range. It's a hex. It's a remains in play. That's nice. Target gains stupidity. For each character in the unit, a -1 modifier to its leadership is suffered when making the stupidity test. This is really good.
anti-Death Star
A big anti-Death Star spell.
and anti-flank units, and chaff
Yeah.
units.
This is really good.
It's fantastic.
I'm a huge fan of this.
Yes, 3 dice.
Target gains stupidity. Yeah. So it's mostly when making the stupidity test. This is a great spell. All right.
Just imagine you've got your wizard bunker back there with your leadership 7 mage.
And now all of a sudden you got
Now you're a 6.
now you're a leadership 6, or you're
Yeah.
stupid and not casting.
Exactly.
It's only a 24-inch range.
Yeah.
Is the only thing that limits this a little bit.
The
But this is a fantastic spell.
It is. Brings us to the 6th spell. The Wheel Turns. I like that name.
It's a good name.
Yes.
Doesn't beat some of the other ones, like
No.
the Wrath of God.
It'd been cool if it was As the Wheel Turns. It'd be cooler. But
Oh,
yeah.
come on now.
Say, cast on a 10, so you need to put some dice behind it. Range of 24. It's a hex. Last 1 turn. Rank and file models, and the target will successfully roll to hit and to wound on a 4 with their close combat attacks, regardless of the weapon skill, strength, and toughness. Apply this before any modifiers. So,
Wow. This is real. This is good.
it can be.
Depending on what you're fighting.
Depending on what you're
Yeah.
fighting and what you are. I mean, yeah, if you're you've got
Well, it's going
some
to hit and wound on 4s.
yes. So if you happen to have, low weapon skill and or strength guys, it's good for you. Oh, it's a hex. Never mind.
So it's for the other guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really for going
For
after
hitting
those
the Chaos Warriors.
Chaos Warriors or elves with great weapons,
Elves with great weapons, Chaos Warriors,
I guess
Minotaurs.
big monsters, I guess.
Yeah. This has a lot of uses.
Yeah.
Weapon skill, strength, and toughness. Yeah, I like this.
hmm
I guess elves are
It's,
still
it's
hitting
my
you.
it's my least favorite of the
Elves,
spells on here.
elves are still hitting you on 3s because this is you still get the other modifiers.
Yeah, I suspect so.
Yeah, apply this before any other
Yeah.
modifiers.
So it's the 4 to wound against high strength, like great weapons
Big
or
high strength stuff coming in on you
or
now.
big,
They're
or
only
big
hitting
monsters. Cavalry charging you.
you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. King of Ecbatane doesn't want this on them.
Kind of be careful with this in some cases because the following round it actually might improve their hitting.
Well, that's the thing is you have to be careful because you actually might make them better,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
or make them wound you better. So
Yeah,
yeah,
as I'm saying, make them
yeah,
hit you on 4, wound you on 4s next turn.
yeah.
But I think it has a lot of uses. It's good, and this does have a 0, right? Yeah. Okay.
This does a 0. Yes.
So if you get the 6 and you don't think it's going to come into play based on his units,
Yeah.
you can always swap it out.
I think I only care if he's got monsters, but I got to put 4 dice behind it, so I'm not as
I'm thinking there's a lot of scary monsters out there.
Yeah.
I don't want beating on me like those
well. I'll say it's against fighting against monsters. But
Shabdis and
Yeah.
monstrous infantry stuff. Yeah. No, monsters are awesome too. Yeah.
I just don't know if I want to put 4 dice behind it.
You
You
might
have
try to slip it through on 3
Yeah.
if you're done with everything else.
Yeah, you have to plan it. You have to get your mage in a safe position, I suppose.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, almost. The first 3 spells are 2 dicers. The next 2 are 3 dicers. The last one's a 4 dicer. So you gotta I'm sorry, first 4 spells because you got the 0. So you got
7, yeah.
you got a lot of easy to cast stuff here, and
even these 2 aren't hard.
and 3s. There's nothing wrong with the 3. It's when you get to 4 it starts getting
Right.
rough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And 5 you get to uncastable. But
This
yeah.
is a nice little utility lore. A path. Got me again. The only thing this doesn't have is anything damaging.
Yeah, this is all about
This is all about
affecting,
the little quirks and
affecting your units, and it doesn't really have anything that, except that last spell, that helps you fight any better.
yeah, and this one's just a defensive spell.
Yeah, it's more of a you don't get attacked. It helps you stick around longer to a larger degree,
Right.
by keeping people away from you,
Yeah.
or allowing you to get away from them with the movements.
I can really see this wheel turns coming in really handy with a big block of goblins. Just a cheap block of goblins just tying something up because they're only basically doing 1 wound for every 4 attacks they have.
Yeah, if
Right.
you've got if they're happy fighting that, if they're fighting that big block of goblins, yeah.
Yeah, if you can get your big block of goblins in to a really good unit,
Yes.
then he's got 10 attacks. He hits you 5 and wounds you 2 or 3.
Right.
You can stand up to that for a long time.
Yep.
So the wheel turns. It can be a very good spell,
Yeah.
especially with crap. Who has that vermin swarm? Ooh.
Yeah.
Orcs and goblins,
It
vermin
does-
swarm. Infernal dwarves. That spell's not that great with. Anyway, there's not a lot not to like in this,
Yeah.
except for the no damage. This is definitely a lore at the path that I think you take in tandem with something else,
Yeah.
or maybe even a fireball ring.
Yeah. I think it's definitely
Because you
good
need
for
something for damage.
for shooty armies, or for MSU maneuverable armies.
Yeah, this is definitely a thumbs up for me.
Yeah, I give it a
I like
thumbs
this
up.
army.
I like this.
I mean, I like this.
I
path
like
a lot.
I like the path also.
Do you like the path
Yeah.
as well as the army?
Yeah.
Because it's got ravens, twisted
Exactly.
effigies, will-o-wisps in it.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Yeah, I wish this had made it into the Sylvan Elf arsenal. Kind of odd that it didn't.
well, you don't have witches over there in the Sylvan Elves. This is a nice lore. Anyway, nice path.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 thumbs up for Witchcraft.
Yep.
Right?
Until the next time.
Thank you for listening.